So I told y'all I would maybe post some videos or whatnot when I've been on this plan for a little while. For those of you that don't know, I'm doing the Starch Solution, which is a plan by Dr. John McDougall, and it's kind of based off of uh, if you've seen the movie Forks Over Knives and What the Health. And I'm sorry, I have a chicken in my lap and he's being very demanding at the moment. So you want to say hi? Um, it's based off of those, and it's a whole food plant-based diet. So no meat, no dairy, no processed foods. It's basically vegan, but you also don't eat any oil. So not even olive oil or any of the other oils that they say is supposed to be good for you, avocado oil, any of that kind of stuff. Um, it's a high carb, low fat diet. It's pretty much the exact opposite of keto. But I have been enjoying it. I haven't missed meat that much. I'm eating some really tasty food. I've kind of just basically like simplified everything I eat. I do prep work usually on Sunday or Monday where I cut up a bunch of veggies and I have them in the little pint containers that like we get a lot of soups and pho and ramen and stuff like that when we go out to eat, and we always have those 1 quart plastic containers that they give you the soups to go in and stuff. Probably got about 40 of them, but I'll just like cut up, maybe a bell pepper, a red onion, a half a head of purple cabbage. I'll shred like 3 or 4 carrots and just have all that ready. And then if I just want to throw something together, it literally takes me 5 minutes. I made a stir fry today with some the sweet potato starch glass noodles for me and Lily, and it took me 5 minutes. So I actually boiled the noodles first and had them strained because I knew it was going to take me like 4 or 5 minutes just to throw everything in a pan and get it all sauteed. But that was our lunch today. But I will do sweet potatoes and regular potatoes in my Instant Pot and have those in the fridge as well to cut up to make things like French fries, potato puffs, or just open it up. I'll just open it up and microwave it and put some vegan cheese sauce on it and call it a day, with a veggie on the side, usually broccoli. I like to do that with broccoli. But I haven't really missed any food, not like with any other diet plan that I've been on where it's like I had to limit my carbs and limit starches. So like I couldn't eat things like bread and pasta. I do keep bread and pasta to a minimum and try to only eat that maybe once or twice a week because it is considered a processed food. So, unless you make it yourself, like Edward made some whole wheat French bread last week and I was kind of like, can you please make another loaf of this? Because I knew where it came from. But wheat flour is still considered a processed food. So even though he made it whole wheat, which made it a little bit better than just like a white flour bread, it's still considered processed. So far, today marks 7 weeks that I have been on this plan, and so far I have lost 13 and a half pounds. Now, I really didn't see any weight. My other baby is over here, and he's not happy because I have this one in my lap. He's really mad. I may get attacked in a second. But I wasn't really expecting to lose any weight this week because it's about to be my time of the month, like any moment now. So I really wasn't expecting any weight loss this week because I usually end up gaining a couple pounds. I actually gained from last night 0.2 of a pound today, but I'm still at 13 and a half pounds. So I'm happy with that. It's been 7 weeks. I was really kind of hoping at this point to get to 14 pounds for like an average weight loss of 2 pounds per week. But, I'm not mad at this at all. Some other things that I have noticed besides the fact that I have lost weight, and I'm like fitting in my clothes better. Some of my pants are getting a little looser. I had to go buy new underwear because all my underwear were falling. Okay, no, you two, y'all stop. I had to go buy new underwear because my underwear were kind of like loose and they weren't staying on. But some other things that I noticed is my hands don't hurt anymore. Now, my hands are stiff today, but I think it has to do with that storm that's about to come through, that low pressure, these hurricanes or whatever. So my hands are stiff, but they don't hurt. And I do have a little bloating today too, so I think that's kind of contributing to that stiff, but they don't hurt anymore. And I don't even, like, maybe about week 3, I think I told Dwayne, I was like, you know what, I just realized today, my hands don't hurt anymore, which is like amazing, because for the last 3 years, every day I have woken up and every day my hands have hurt. So for the fact that my hands don't hurt is great. And just so you know, I eat a lot of food. Like, I eat twice as much food as, like, Dwayne and Edward and Lily. Like, the first few weeks, they were all like, oh my God, Mom, you're eating so much. But the thing is, because I'm not eating oil and I'm not eating meat, those things are really calorie dense. So, like, I mean, a tablespoon of oil is like 100 calories. So when you cut that out, you're cutting calories. So you really have to eat. And I see a lot of times, I'm in a Facebook group for this diet, and people are like, oh my gosh, I'm like starving all the time. And everybody's like, you have to eat. Like, you have to eat until you're full. Like, I eat until I'm stuffed. And the difference between on this plan and other plans that I've been on this plan, when I eat until I'm stuffed, I don't feel gross after I eat. I don't feel like I need a nap. You know, I don't feel like that heavy, bloated, just super full feeling that you have for like hours after you eat a big meal. Like, I don't at all. Like, I might feel like I kind of feel like, oh, for like 5 or 10 minutes, but then after that, I'm fine. Another thing that I've noticed too is that I have a lot of lipoma, like fatty tumors everywhere. I have like 2 in my neck over here. I have like 2 in my right breast, 1 in my left breast. I have a couple on my back. I have 1 on my arm here. You can see this one. These are all getting smaller. This one used to be a lot bigger, and it used to stick out a lot more, and it was probably the size of like a walnut. And it is now like a lot smaller. The skin around it is loose, because the skin was like really tight, and it got to the point, my doctor had told me, she was like, if it's bothering you, she goes, it's, you know, and it's been biopsied and everything. All these have been, the ones in my breast, the ones in my neck, these have all been biopsied. It's just fat. They're just fatty tumors. So my doctor was like, if they get to the point where they start bothering you, we can talk about getting them removed. And I was just at that point where this big one on my arm, because it pulls the skin and makes the skin tight. So I was kind of just getting to the point where, I know, I'm sorry, I'm not petting you. I'm just getting to the point where I was going to talk to my doctor about getting it removed. But now, really, dude? Really? But now it's shrunk up, and it's probably about the size of a grape. Like, round wise, it's about the size of maybe a quarter. And I have another one on this arm. You can't really, you can maybe see it right there. But this one was about the size of a quarter, and now it's smaller than a nickel, but not quite as small as a dime. Maybe like the size of a penny. So that's good. And I've noticed the ones in my neck seem to be getting smaller too, because these were starting to bother me as well, and I was afraid I was going to have to get those removed too. So that's a good thing. So I have not had any, really, come on, you guys. We have to play who's the bigger cockerel in the yard today. But another thing, come on. So I lost my train of thought. Thanks, Poe. Some other things that I've noticed too, I'm sleeping better at night. I'm getting more thorough sleep. I'm getting more like dream sleep. I'm not tossing and turning all night long. Now, I still stay up half the night because I still don't go to bed until 2 or 3 in the morning, but I'm actually trying to adjust my sleep cycle so that I've been waking up earlier and earlier every day to try to get like a more regular sleep cycle. Because I know that that's all part of healing your body and becoming healthy and everything too. It's not healthy to just get like 5 or 6 hours of sleep at night. So I have been trying to go to bed earlier and earlier each night. So hopefully I can get that adjusted. I don't know. I mean, my family's been really accommodating. Dwayne and the kids have been really accommodating about, wanting to go to restaurants that I can eat at, that I don't have to like just have a salad, and like a plain baked potato or like a side of steamed veggies and stuff. So we've been kind of exploring more options. We went and ate Ethiopian last week. We ate at a vegetarian Indian place last week. We ate at another Indian place last night that was really good, that had like a little vegetarian sampler dish where I got 3 of their different vegetables that they had. We went and ate Chinese food the other night, and one that had quite a few vegetarian dishes that, with like a little bit of modification. And talking to, somebody there, like they were, I ended up getting a dish that was straight off the menu that was actually vegan. So, not too difficult. I can eat Mexican. We go and I just get veggie fajitas. There's a couple places that we go that do veggie fajitas on their menu, and I just get that. And I can eat flour tortillas and corn tortillas. So, I only eat like a few chips, and what I really need to remember to do is, if we decide to go eat Mexican, is to bake me up some tortilla chips to take with me, because I always have corn tortillas and I can just throw them in my air fryer for like 5-6 minutes and they crisp up pretty nice, and I just put them in a baggie and put them in my purse. But other than that, it's been pretty good. I don't really miss meat too much. Today is Dwayne's birthday, and so I will be doing hot dogs and chili for them. And I still have some of my IKEA vegan dogs, my little veggie dogs from IKEA. So I'll probably defrost 2 of those. And instead of chili, because I really don't feel like making myself a little pot of like vegan chili, I will probably just do like one with sauerkraut and one with kimchi, because I have both in the fridge. I have 10 roosters, so this is all day long. But, just if you guys want to ask any questions or any more information, again, the plan that I'm doing is called the Starch Solution, and it's by Dr. John McDougall. He actually has a website, and I will list it below, but he has a lot of information on his website. You don't really even need to buy the book. And he also has, if you go and you register with just your email, like if you sign up for his newsletter, he actually has like a course, like a free class thing that you can take that tells you everything you need to know about the Starch Solution. So theoretically, you don't really even need to buy the book. It's pretty easy. It's just, you eat plant-based whole food, no oil. And you do what we call 50-50. So half of your food that you eat is going to be a starch, and half of your food is going to be non-starchy veg. So for your starches, things like beans, rice, pasta, bread, potatoes, that's your starch. Non-starchy veggies are going to be things like broccoli, cauliflower, squash, zucchini, eggplant, all that kind of stuff. And you can eat as much as you want. You eat until you get full. You eat as much as you want. But the key is you eat 50-50. So if you go back for seconds, you have to get half starch, half veg for your seconds and for your thirds. There's a couple of girls on here on YouTube that oh my God, the amount of food they eat, they're the ones that like I found looking for vegetarian recipes, and I was like, I need to check this diet out, because this bitch just ate like 1.5 pounds of freaking french fries with like 2 heads of broccoli, and like that was her meal, and she weighs like 125 pounds, and she was bigger than me when she started. So don't feel like you don't even have to deprive yourself of any food on this at all. You eat until you're full. And you don't have to do it like all in one get-go. If you're a meat eater and stuff, like step down, like give up beef and pork and just eat like chicken and fish, and then give up chicken, and then just eat, fish and seafood, and then just give up the seafood, and then after seafood, give up dairy. Do step down, do like, 2-3 weeks at a time. There are rarely anybody that just jumps into this head first and does the whole thing out of the gate from the get-go. So that's my take on it. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know. And for those of you who like found me in some arbitrary way on YouTube or whatever, on my channel, I do these videos for my friends and family. I hardly ever post anything on YouTube. I am not a YouTuber at all. I post very infrequently, and usually my stuff is all over the place. So you might see a knitting video, you may see, a video with my chickens, you might see me cooking something. So I don't know. I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because I'm not really doing this to be a big, huge YouTube star. So, but thank you for finding me, and I hope that, I hope that this video helped. So y'all have a great weekend, rest of your weekend. Thanks.